Okay, hello YouTube. First video. I've had this channel for a little while now. I haven't shot any videos, so I'll give it a shot. Um, Nothing special, nothing fancy, but in my spare time I like to play with knives and attempt at making my own. This is a lawnmower blade. Now it's going to be my very, very personal knife. I'm gonna cut a little notch in here so it'll actually be bigger than the lanyard hole. It'll be end up being big enough to carabiner in, and I'll actually have a hand grip put on here. I don't know, I'll probably end up putting like oak or some, I don't know, whatever I can find. Anyway, um, these suggestions would be fine too. Um, just cut it out of a lawnmower blade. I mean, I don't have any way of forging it right now, but I'm gonna get around to that. I really want to do some of that stuff, so right now I just took a grinder and a cutoff wheel and sliced it right off and used the grinder and rounded the edge and put the radius on here and just work it down to an edge. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah. Anyway, just put the grinder in a bench vise and just held it and worked that radius just to get it down to that edge. Also, uh, another attempt at a knife I made. I welded it up. It's actually piece of steel conduit. It's actually a lot harder than what you might think of steel tube conduit. Um, more tubing, but um, we were using as conduit at one time back where we work. Anyway, welded it, and this eyelet actually is was threaded, and it actually is the anchor, so you can hook a chain to and pick up big electric motors. I had a bunch of them laying around where we had rebuilt a whole lot of other old electric motors for pressure washers and stuff we use in where I work. And it was extra and laying around, and we was going to scrap them out. And coincidentally, it's a great part about where I work. We have a massive pile of scrap steel that I can play with. The blade was actually, what was it? Spring steel. I want to say it was spring steel. I cut off of a leaf spring out of a lawnmower trailer or something we had. Just a little 8x6 or 8x4, some bull, I don't remember. Anyway, tempered it to make sure it didn't have any cracks in it or splits or nothing, and just put an edge on it, welded it all together myself. A lot of folks will tell you to steer clear of a hollow handled knife, but this one is welded up solid and has stood the test of time so far. I took a polishing wheel and polished the handle a little bit and put a little bit of an edge on it. Baton this knife, thump on it pretty hard, and it does not care. It thanks you for it. So I got that. It's got a hole in it there, and of course the eyelet, so I can just whittle a stick and run up in there for a spear point if need be. It's kind of heavy. It's solid steel, but I like the heft of a good blade. I mean, you chop with it, does a lot of damage. If I needed to. I thought about putting a saw back on it, but I decided against that. It's just kind of pointless. Um, for this kind of a knife, anyway. I mean, I've got a lot of big knives, big survival knives. You get it, for 20 or 30 bucks. At, Joe Blow at the flea market or a gas station, you know, booth over there, some bull, and you tear them apart. Stainless blades. They're sharp, yeah, but they're stainless blades, and they've got a threaded rod tack welded on the end of the stainless that runs, maybe half an inch to an inch and a half into the handle with a nut on the end of it. You can run in there with just a ratchet and extension and tighten it up or take it off and pull the whole knife apart. It's just kind of crappy. I mean, I've got them. I mean, little ones like this one. I mean, Really don't even know who makes it. It says it's a survival knife right on the side of it. You can see that. It says it's stainless, made in China. It's got a little of a flop in the blade. You unscrew the bottom of it off. It's got a button compass for bearing. Got a little capsule in here. It's got like 3 matches that the phosphorus has started chipping off of. And a little striker and some little tiny crappy hooks. Like, I mean, I don't know if you can actually catch crappy on them. They're just small. But anyway, I've got those. Bottom line is, I like knives. I like to play with knives. I like blades. I mean, I've got Gerber knives, great. This one, I love this one. Other stuff. I mean, I've got kind of tack knives, and all kinds of stuff to play with. I mean, just have fun. Don't actually end up getting cut a whole lot. Usually the first or second time I use a knife, I'll cut myself with it, and after that, usually I don't have much problem out of it. I like to look at it as like I paid the blood debt to the blade. I feel that every blade I own, or somebody gives to me, or I purchase myself, has a blood debt I owe to it. It's just kind of my superstition, I guess. If you see somebody messing with a knife, please don't tell them not to cut themselves. Lo and behold, they will. You jinx them every time you say it. They will cut themselves. See if I can find some other knives. Another one I made. Got a PVC sheath with it. I'm actually gonna redo the sheath because this is kind of crappy. I mean, I molded it. It's got good retention to it, but didn't leave a tab on it coming up to make a belt loop or anything with. Oops. But finished the handle. Trying to think what I used to handle. Tore apart part of an old pallet we had laying around the office. Tore it apart and used it, and just rasped it down. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can see the edge on the rasp. Just used a combination rasp. Just simple, nothing fancy. Heated the PVC with a torch. Scorched it, as you can see. Dark spots in it, so that's a bad idea. Use a heat gun next time. I've played with a few sheaths, making a few sheaths with other knives, and done them right, left the tab on them and everything. I don't have them laying around here with me, so I can't show you that. But this was actually a piece of angle iron. We cut one of the edges of the angle iron off so we could use it as a brace. Use that stuck in there. It's full tang, all made by hand. I actually didn't harden it. Temper. That's the word I'm looking for. Temper. I didn't temper the steel in it beforehand, so I mean it holds a fine edge. I mean it does just right. It does just fine. Show him arm. Hairs on the blade. It's kind of nasty. Anyway. Does just fine, but I mean I can't really thump on it real hard. Can't baton it through 5 foot of cross grain wood. Just eat the blade in half. But anyway, first video, thought I'd give that a shout out. So there we go. Hope you enjoyed, YouTube.